So we're going to take a moment and go through these frequencies of reality for each of you that are wonderfully joining us and or will find us on a YouTube or wherever. And internet is such a wonderful thing because people from all over the world can connect with each other. And this is the beginning of the beginning, that people all over the world can connect with each other. I've been having a lot of privates and a lot of talks all over the world. And oh, it just feels so good. Now, okay, now let's all take a moment, and we the Arcturians are going to guide you, take you in a little guided meditation to find yourself, your higher dimensional self. And what you're going to do straight up is you're going to go into your brain and you're going to say, okay, I am ready. I am ready to move beyond this 2% that I've been using. I am ready to expand my belief systems. I am ready to expand my desires. I am ready to expand my self-esteem. And I am ready to expand my awareness to encompass my fourth dimensional creative self and my fifth dimensional galactic self. Now, we are going to take you on a little journey onto your starship, which we have had Suzanne do with many private readings. So now that you can feel yourself being this you, we would like you to just allow yourself to imagine, okay, just make believe it, okay, just imagine it. Pretend you're a little kid and you're a cowboy or you're an Indian or whatever wonderful things you were when you were a child, and you just thought that it was real, but you knew that it wasn't, okay? But this, allow that child of you, allow your child to come forward and play. Invite your child to play with you right now. We're playing a game. We're playing a game. We're pretending. I remember when I was a kid, my favorite thing was to do pretending. How about you? Did you do pretending when you were a kid?
Oh, every single afternoon. And it's amazing that now that we're sitting into this energy field of not just the calmness, but also the creativity, it's amazing to almost feel in a way that excitement, that wonder, and that freedom that we felt when we were those ages and we would run around in the street or in our backyards or play in our rooms. It's that little hint. It's not as strong as it was before because from that age we were living in that energy field more than we are now as adults or as parents, but that energy field is still there. And I love how this is getting us deeper into connecting with our starships and our higher selves. So please continue.
All right. So now we're going to take a moment and we're going to take you up to your starship, and where you will find yourself in your starship is that you will find yourself, there's this big long section that on the one side there is a wall with a lot of doors, and there's lots of things that happen on the other sides of those doors. You know, they've got like different meeting rooms and things like that. But then on the other side, we'll say to your left side, to your right is the doorways. To your left is the windows type. You would call it a window. Of course, it's much more than a window on the starship, but you can look out. All right. So now, what we're going to do first is we're going to put you in this walkway. So look down at your feet and Look down. What is your walkway like? Does it have a carpet? Does it have what it looks like wood? And there is no right, there is no wrong. There's a whole lot of starships, and there's a whole lot of you that go to your fifth-dimensional starship from your fifth-dimensional sleep and your fifth-dimensional imagination. Now, as you are walking, look down at your feet, and you see that there is some kind of a carpet, or maybe it's like like a wooden, or maybe it appears to be more out of, well, okay, you'll be the guinea pig. So when you look down at your feet, what do you see?
Well, I am wearing boots on my feet, but on the floor of my walkway, I am seeing a metallic kind of surface, but along the edges there are these lights. So it's like a long runway in a way.
Okay, great. So now we'll ask you to share the you that you are. So what do you have on your feet?
Yes, I have on some black shoes. They're like boots, and they are a part of the uniform that I have on.
And as you look up at your uniform, what color is your uniform?
It is black and gray, but there are different sections that are also red, and it's a red that we don't see here normally. It's almost like the color itself is alive. It's very vibrant, but it's easy to look at.
And as you look at your chest, are there any kind, and your arms, is there any kind of badges, or so that you can see more, get more information about the person that you are?
Yes, there is an insignia, and it is red and black, and it's not exactly like a rectangle. It's a shape. It's a different kind of shape, but there is something on that right side of my chest.
Okay. So now look over either to your left or to your right. Which way are you looking? To your left or to your right?
To the left, out the window.
Out the window. Okay. So as you look out the window, what do you see?
Oh, I see Gaia, I see starships, I see stars, and it's beautiful.
Yes. And can you describe one of the ships that you see?
Yes, there are some long and narrow ships that are more circling the Earth. There are some smaller ones that seem to go in and out, but one ship in particular, it's red, it's white, it's long. It doesn't have a specific shape, but it would be very similar to if you were to take a long cruise ship, and it doesn't look like a ship, it doesn't look like it would go on the water, but if you take that sort of idea of length in a way and you were to multiply it, that's very similar to some of the ships that I'm seeing now.
Great. All right. So now, as you continue your journey, allow yourself to get to whatever your destination is, and then you go through some kind of a door or an opening or something. You can tell us what you are going through, and then you'll be on the bridge.
Yes, I have walked through the hallway. I have walked through a door, and I'm still looking over towards the left. But now I'm coming more to the center of the ship is what it feels like. The center and up. And it does feel like a bridgeway. It's difficult to describe. There seems to be a lot of space in the interior of this starship, but There is a bridge. It's difficult to describe the dimensions or how it looks, but I'm definitely not alone. So that's a comforting feeling.
Yes. And how does it feel to be in this higher dimension where people are doing their daily life and doing their jobs and giving orders and taking orders and, basically at work? How does that feel different than when you're at work at your third dimensional place, whatever that is?
It feels right. And it doesn't feel, and it's interesting, there's a juxtaposition there. Like it is service, but it doesn't feel like work. Everyone who, there's this energy field, like every single being here wants to be here. There is this passion and there is this love that's very connecting. And at the same time, it's almost as if this same force is driving that productivity of, we're moving, we're flowing, we're going, we're assisting, and yet we're together, we're calm, we're connected, and we're being of service. And we're not doing that service alone. And that is what's so exhilarating. This is like it's like a massive soccer team. It feels like a big soccer team. And it's funny because I used to play soccer when I was a child. So there's that inner child energy coming back.
Right, of course.
It's like you're in the biggest soccer match and your team is in all these starships floating around and all on Earth with all the awakened ones. It's a lot of fun and it feels very unifying.
Okay, so now for your last vision, go to wherever you go to. There's probably a big screen somewhere because you're in the main part now, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Can you see Earth?
Yes.
Okay. And how see Earth?
There. This is actually a cool visual because I had a meditation about this not that long ago. It was actually today. But on this massive screen, very, very big. It looks like as if the screen itself it's not on the bridge where we are, but it's like we're looking from the bridge to the screen. It's very magnified. But on Earth looks very much like a grid. There are all of these light points, and these light points are representative of the awakened ones, those who are awakening, the star seeds, those who are coming in and beginning to start their incarnations here on the planet. It's that glow, and it's not separate, it's very unifying, and it's having an effect on how that is being portrayed on this screen. It's as if these grids that are surrounding this planet that we're seeing, beautiful Gaia, they're growing brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's almost as if you were to go outside on a hot day and look up at the sun and with some sunglasses on and feel that warmth and feel that energy field coming from that sun, from that star. It's very similar, except it's coming from that screen, coming from the bridge of the ship.
Yes. And I can feel that. I can feel that energy field of deep camaraderie, focused attention, alignment with a bigger purpose, and a dedication to assist Earth. Please, I need your assistance. I, planet Gaia, who is a living being, need your assistance. And we, the Arcturians, are so grateful for all the humans who are assisting your planet, who are thinking about what is best for the planet, and are wise enough to know that what is best for the planet is best for the people. Because people forget that. They think, oh, me, I want, I need this, I need that. And they don't realize that if it's not best for the planet, it's not going to work for very long. And Gaia's getting pretty tired. Humans have been pretty tough on her. And it is this now for humans to fully awaken to the fact that Earth, beloved Gaia, is an alive, living being. And we, the members of humanity, have chosen to take a body to assist her as she moves into this transmutation into the higher frequencies. Now, the humans, of course, will have to raise their frequency as well if they want to stay with Gaia. And more humans really are raising their frequency. And whenever there's a big push in one direction, there's the one that goes forward and the ones that said, oh no, I don't want to. And so there's becoming almost like a bit of a split with the people that, yes, I can believe in all these things that Sue and Danny are talking about. It's like, whoa, but I believe it. I know it. It's like, yes, I've seen it. I've played it about it since I was a little kid. I've always known it. Is it now? Can we really know it? Can we come out and say, yes, this is it. This is our planet. We're members of our planet. Those are our starships. We're members of the starships. Yes, we are fifth-dimensional beings. We are all fifth-dimensional beings, and we are awakening to that frequency of our true multi-dimensional self.
And one thing that I would love to close out with before the Arcturians, you close out our beautiful talk today, is that while I was experiencing that vision of the ship just now, there was such a strong feeling of collective energy, of unity, consciousness. And that shared energy field is what is being brought now to the planet Gaia, to this living being. We are merging into a collective energy just like it is on the starships. And the best way that we can play our part in holding and grounding in that light is by feeling confident, feeling passionate, and feeling right about what we're experiencing, about who we truly are. And to know that we are not doing it alone. There are so many others out there all around the world, just like Sue said, that are experiencing similar things, that are having experiences, and to know that this is going to be different for everyone. You might align more to something else that might have to do with that galactic energy, or might have to do with a different kind of energy. Whatever feels right for you, whatever you want to be right for yourself, is how it is. What we want, quote unquote want, is us remembering what we already have. And once we remember that we already have what it is that we want, we can share that without the fear of that energy field going away, because it's within us always. So, Sue, Arcturians, is there anything that you would like to close out this conversation with? We've talked so much about unifying, about confidence, and about using that inner child energy and that imagination, that fifth dimensional thought, to connect with our higher selves. So is there anything that you would like to close out with today?
Yes, I would like to close out with my favorite mantra. And my favorite mantra is about the violet fire. And violet is the highest frequency of light. And fire moves. Fire moves. It grows, it gets bigger, it gets smaller, it changes, and it's alive. Fire is alive. Imagine yourself, camping, and there's a fire, a fireplace. You make a campfire, and you all sit around the campfire. I had some wonderful memories of that. And that fire, it makes you warm, and it protects you, and it gives you light. And and unity. If there's a bunch of people sitting around a blazing fire, they're talking, they're laughing, they're eating popcorn. You know, this is it. And this is what we want in our lives. We want this kind of unity. And so I will end my part and by saying the mantra that I have said forever and ever, that the Arcturians told me way back when they first came in. And before I say it, I want to say to all of you that they will come into your consciousness. It's your consciousness. You'll see them with your imagination. You'll hear them with your imagination. No, they're not third-dimensional beings. They have transmuted themselves beyond that frequency. And so the only way that we third dimensionals can perceive fourth, fifth, sixth, higher dimensionals, we need to allow ourselves to trust our imagination. And one of the mantras that I have used if I get off the mark or worried or, is now sit or stand, but make sure that your spine is straight and your arms are out in some fashion. Your hands are up, ready to receive, and you open up your crown chakra at the top of your head and feel that little tickling at the top of your head as you say, blaze, 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 the violet fire, transmuting all shadow into light, light, light. And that took what, 2 seconds, 5 seconds? And anytime you're worried, you're frightened, you're lost, blaze, blaze, blaze that violet fire, transmuting all shadow into light, light, light. And that is something that every human has the ability to do. But you have to believe it, just like everything else. It is a free will planet. And if you choose to believe, you will perceive. But if you choose not to believe, you will not perceive. And that's your choice. No right, no wrong. It's just a choice. So Daniel, would you like to close up and say goodbye to everyone?
Yes. Thank you again to the Arcturians, to Sue, and to all of our galactic family that decided to play along with us and to help us out in our expansion and as we connect into our imaginations and with each other. And I would love to close out by saying, enjoy the choices that all of you here now listening make, starting in this very moment. And also recognize that if you are listening to this part of the recording, to this part of the video, hey, look at that. That was a choice right then and there, right here and now. You made the choice to expand your consciousness, to go within and to take a break. So feel good about what you do for yourselves, what you do for the planet. And as long as that comes from that heart space, then there is no guilt. You cannot do any wrong, and nobody has the power to tell you otherwise. Blessings, everyone.
Blessings, everyone. Thank you so much.